Hi, so this session is about palm strikes. This is quite a basic beginner's level technique, but I'm going to try and show you a few more advanced combinations that we can use with a palm strike as well. Let's start from the very beginning. Take the four fingers. We're going to squeeze them in super tight. We're going to keep that slightly curled at the top, and we're going to bring the thumb to the side. What we want to do is we want to expose this area here, this padded, very strong part of the hand, which is a very effective tool. When would we use that? Well, it's certainly usable anytime. It's a very good sort of head-face strike. But let's say you were in a fight, and let's say perhaps other parts of the hands were slightly damaged, like the knuckles, then we would be able to use this part of the hand as well. Also, as you know, we probably use this in other parts of martial arts, things like blocking, and also we use the blade here as well for knife hand attacks. But we're going to have a look at a basic move of palm strike here. So fingers together, fingers curled at the top there, thumb tucked to the side, leaving this bit open. This is the bit we need to keep as a striking tool. Try to avoid, of course, bringing the thumb across. I see that happen a lot with beginners. So bring it there to the side, tuck it in, make sure it's not out loose because we don't want to get that caught. Okay. So let's start from a guard position. I'm going to come at an angle now so you can see a little bit more of what I'm doing. So from our normal guard position, try and keeping the hands nice and tight to start with, keeping the hands closed for safety. We're going to take this hand and we're going to bring it to this shoulder. We're going to pull back and we're going to project it forward. You can see my body's turned the extra little bit to get a little bit of extra reach. You can see the difference here to here, but also that extra distance will give you a little bit more power and hopefully catch the opponent if they're moving back at all. So from guard position, we're then going to pull the hand towards the shoulder. It doesn't have to touch this shoulder. So the shoulder on the same side towards this shoulder, pull back and push forward. Okay, now I'm going to give you a slightly more basic version of this first. Let me go back to just an extended arm. So what we're going to do from here is we're not going to pull back. This is more of a speed strike. We're just going to literally start to extend, open the hand up and let the body turn a little bit so we get that extension and back to guard. So it's a speed technique. Let's have a look at that first. So we're here, okay, so very little pullback. You can pull back a little bit here, but really it's just from there. It's also a surprise attack as well. The idea is they're going to see this coming, perhaps a little bit more than they may see that happening, okay? So from guard position, we're going to do the three little short, sharp techniques with the palm there. Again, one technique, one situation I've seen this used incredibly well is if we're trying to get people to back away. This doesn't look threatening at all, but there's a strike that we're done with a bit of power, a little bit of push behind the body. It's a very effective move if it ever has to be used in a real life fight situation. So starting from here, if you can, I see a lot of beginners, again, they start here and they finish here, perfectly fine. But as you get higher graded towards blue belt, towards black belt, let's see if we can get from here, we can then extend, and as it starts to come back, see if we can get it to close as well. So let's do a quick short one there. 2, make sure it's fast, and 3. Have a quick go on the other side. So again from here, front leg, front hand, we all start with the front hand. Just again from here, just extend. So again it's here, open quickly, hand in position correctly, let the body turn very, very slightly and back to guard. So from here, palm strike and back. So you can see I'm not pulling back to start with, that's coming up. I'm just teaching you a short, sharp speed technique. And again from there, 1 and 2, make sure it's head level if you can, your own head level, and 3. Good. Quick jump change, again leading this time with the left leg. Guard position from here, we do the left hand again. This time, I'm going to take the arm, the hand towards the shoulder. We're going to pull back this time. I'm going to pull the body back a little bit as well. See how I'm twisting back with the arm? And I'm going to push forward nice and strong. Difference with this one is this is a power strike. Still fast, still going to be a bit quicker off the front hand than the back hand, but it's going to be a little bit slower than the one we've just been practicing, this little short, sharp speed one. Let's have a go at a sort of fast and strong front hand there. So pull back and strike. So again from here, pull back, strike. Again, pull back, strike. Let's do a couple more of those. Pull back, strike, and again, pull back, strike. And each time, see if you can come back to that closed hand. Quick jump change, leading with the other leg. And again, you'll probably be doing it straight on this way. Again, I'm just going to come at an angle so you can see me. Front leg, right hand striking. And again, I'm just going to extend. So again, I'm going to pull back and extend, pull back, extend. I'm just going to slow this movement down slightly so you can see it there. And you can see how I come back to a guard position, close that hand for safety. Again, pull back, pull back. You can start to open the hand up and push through. It's a big move. Bang, powerful move. Okay, a lot of people in martial arts, they do all sorts of board breaking, brick breaking with these. Don't try that at home. That has to be professionally trained. So hit, pull back and strike, head level and head level. Okay, good, now jump change. So we've had a quick look in just a few minutes. Hand position, start position, attack position, back to guard position, getting those hands open and closed. We've looked at a quick speed technique, we've looked at a front hand with speed and power. Let's have a look now at the backhand with a big power technique. So what you could do here, and if you're practicing at home with any of these techniques, high grade particularly, you might find you can put a jab from the front hand and then use the backhand. We'll come at that in a minute, so we'll have a look at combinations. Let's have a quick look at how this backhand is performed, how the body has to come behind the movement, and how we create, this time, speed, yes, but a lot more power. Anything off the back leg, back arm is going to be a lot stronger than the front. It's kind of more of a finishing technique than it is an opening technique. Let's have a look. So normal guard position here, we're just going to start to move forward. You can even bring the shoulder back a little bit to start with if you want to. Shouldn't need to. We're just going to start to power through. Now, same as a jab cross combination, have a look back at that video. We're going to allow that foot to twist, the hip to come forward, the shoulder to come forward. I'm exaggerating it very slightly so you can see it, and the palm will come forward from there. So from guard position, we're going to come through and power through from there. Again, you can see how it's twisting, twist, extend. Now if I don't do that twist, look at the difference. There's a huge difference in that distance. The power is going to be lost in that distance as well, or in that reduction of distance, and you're nowhere near as much power. You don't have your body weight behind it, it's just an arm movement. It's going to work, but nowhere near as strong. So from guard position, from the shoulder, again, try and get in the habit, particularly lower grades, getting towards that shoulder with palm strikes, shoulder on the same side, pushing through from there. Higher grade, sure, you can probably go from there, you can get a faster twist to start with here, and power through from there, and get a little bit more speed by using the hips rather than this movement here. Let's have a go off the back arm, let's do 3 of these. Ready, 1, good, get that body twist. 2, I'm just going to pause it slightly on the end, so you can see its finished position, head level. Again, in reality, you're going to come straight back to guard, so higher grade. Practice that return to guard as fast as possible. For demonstration purposes, I'm just going to pause a fraction on the finishing position so you can see it. Let's set a quick jump change, have a go on the other side. Again, we're going to get that twist, keep that hand closed, striking through, and again, 1, strike, and 2, strike. Keep looking at the target, 3, strike. 4, get that body twist, and 5, good, right, jump change. Let's have a quick go now at a combination. Now from here, we can now put together a double palm, 1 and 2. Same as we did in the previous video, jab cross, same movement, but now with an open hand. The harder bit with this combination over a basic jab cross is you've got to do a lot of opening and closing. Okay, now eventually that will come quite naturally, you won't even think about that bit, but it does need to be something at the lower level you need to be quite aware of. Okay, so from guard position, strike 1. You can do that as a quick one if you want, quick one, or one with a bit of power and speed, a little bit of twist as well. And then off the backhand, we're going to come through from there and return to guard as fast as you can. That's the harder bit. Okay, so we're going to jab cross, sorry, a double palm, I'm sorry, with the same action as a double punch. So getting that body twist, double palm, 1 more. See how I've twisted through and back to guard. Quick jump change, again I'm at an angle so you can see me. So again, it's 1, 2, back to guard. 1, 2, I'm just going to pause it so you can see it. 1, 2, back to guard. 1, 2, back to guard. Back to guard. Okay? Good. And there's a double. Okay, now do we need to use a jab, palm strike on that first move? No, we can do a jab. We could do a jab and a palm strike. Going back to basic movements, we could do a back fist and a palm strike. Now one little tip I'll add in here. If you notice, all my palm strikes are head level. They're high section. That means that this area here will then be the main area that will hit the target. Now, as I drop lower, you can see the fingers now going to get in the way. So in reality, if I come forward, try and hit something a bit lower, my fingers will catch instead of my palm. So if you can, always aim for the palm to be a high section strike. Whereas with punching, we can go high, middle, or low. So here, working the combinations now, and the high grades can play around with this in their own time to see how they can use this back arm palm, which is quite a nice finishing move. For example, they could do a jab and a palm, close hands, a back fist and a palm, and back to guard. They can do a hook punch if they know it, a hook punch and a palm. You can do an uppercut and a palm. You can do a knee strike and a palm. So anything, and particularly off the front of course, anything off the front, any kick really, off the front, any strike off the front, whatever it may be, you can use any of those moves off the front leg, front hand, finishing with that backhand palm. Okay, you can even do 3 moves. So you could do a front leg there, you could do a front hand, and you could do a backhand. These are sort of things we like to throw out when you get a little bit higher graded, we start to put things more realistically into a fight situation. So again, we could use a knee strike, we could use an inwards elbow, and we could use a palm strike, always finishing with the same move, just to show you how the palm strike can be put in to another combination. Let me show you one other thing very quickly so you can try some things at home for the higher grades. Again, working that principle, we could perhaps keep the front hand to the palm. So we could end up doing the palm and a punch, one high, one middle, for example. We could end up doing the palm and a hook punch. We could end up doing a palm and inwards knife hand, for those that know the inwards knife hand. We could do a palm and we could do another palm. And then we could put a second hand technique on there as well. We could do a kick off the front raising kick, for example. Then the palm, then the punch. You can see how the combinations work together. What you'll find is most common combinations that we teach you will include front hand and back hand, or front leg, then the hands, and then sometimes the back leg as well. So you tend to find we start with the front hand, front leg, we finish with the back leg and the back arm. See if that's useful. So there we go, there's the palm strike. We've covered very quickly in a very quick video how to keep the hands, the speed palm, the big power palm off the front hand, the back arm, the double, and also looking at the palm in combination as well. Hope you found that useful. Hope there was something in there that might be useful to you, and hopefully there was a little bit there for something for all grades right the way through the system. Thank you.